Well, welcome. I'm hoping we'll have a few more people join us, but just in the interest of time, wanting to get started. So welcome again. I'm Vanessa Kroger, the supervisor of the business marketing and communications team. I've also got Hannah on here as part of our team, and Janet. To any of you who are new to these meetings, we do have a pretty full agenda, so I'm just going to get it started. If you could do us a favor, though, and put your first and last name, and then whatever business or organization you're representing in the chat, that helps us out quite a bit, just to keep track of who is here. Well, we've got Ella D. She's not on the agenda, but wanted to introduce her. I see you on the screen. So hi, Elodie. Just wanting to give a brief introduction as the new special events coordinator for the city.
Hi, good morning. Yes, thank you for having me. I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself to everybody. I'm the new lead special events for the city of Fort Collins for all the special events. So 2021, we're going to be hosting some events coming back. And then, of course, some of them will be in the Old Town area, downtown area. So if you have any questions, please, I'm going to put my contact information in the chat. Feel free to reach out to me. It's going to be a very exciting summer. So look forward to meeting all of you guys and get to know your businesses a little bit more. I've been in Fort Collins for 18 years. Prior to this job with the city, I worked with Colorado State University for 10 years. I was the previous stadium events director, so opening up the new stadium and then getting that department going. And before that, I was with Conference and Event Services at CSU. So been working with the event industry in town for quite some time. So if you have any question, again, I'll put my contact information in there, and then I'll let you go into your meeting. But nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Elodie. We're excited to have you as part of the city of Fort Collins. We've obviously worked together through CSU and through stadium events. So yes, we're excited to continue that relationship. But next on our agenda, we've got a Bohemian Festival update with Laura Wilson. Welcome, Laura.
Thanks for having me. As Elodie mentioned, events are going to be coming back, and ours, we're very grateful that we will be one of them. However, it's going to be a little bit different as previous years, as I think was mentioned on the last meeting in May. So we have a slight name adjustment reflective of that fact. We're actually going to be calling it Bohemian Light Music Festival for a couple of reasons, and that it's a lighter version and will be in the daytime. We will be on the same weekend that we normally are, but we will not be doing Friday. We're just going to be doing Saturday and Sunday from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. on August 14th and 15th. So it's reduced hours. We will also be reducing the number of stages. For those of you familiar with the staging that we normally have, we will maintain Mountain Avenue, which is our headliner stage, typically, and our largest. We will be on Linden Street, Oak Street, and our Library Park stage will be there, but in a slightly different area geographically. We will not be doing Old Town Square because at the time of planning, we weren't sure if it was usable. And we will not have a kids stage or a kids area as there have been in previous years. One of the other major changes with the staging is that all of them will have controlled entry. Previously, it was just Mountain Avenue. And we're also working on a system that will have our crowd turnover, whether that be through ticketing or through first come, first serve entry with set breaks that will allow for clearing out of the space. So for you guys, what that will mean is that there will be sort of mass exodus of crowds at certain points. Each stage will let out a different time, but you'll be seeing sort of surges of a few hundred folks to maybe 1,000 people on any given stage at a certain time when the bands change over. So this is a pretty big difference from the sort of just free walk around and see things as you feel comfortable. We will have more information on the any information that we can provide. If there is ticketing, will be provided to you, hopefully with the assistance of the DDA. So you will have that pertinent information. But for now, we're still figuring out with our current capacities what makes the most sense. This will also allow us to have alcohol available only in stage areas. So we will not have our beer boundary be in the streets as we have in previous years. We will only be able to be served within the stage areas that are controlled entry. So that's a big difference. We will also not have vendors that are non-food and beverage. So that's also a big difference and hopefully a boon to your retail's establishments. We will still have some food trucks to fill the need for folks that will be serving with some great music at the festival. Street closures, so that the map is going to be pretty similar to previous years. We're still going to be closing a similar amount of space, slightly less on the south end, but I don't think that would affect anyone in this group. If your business is affected, someone from our team will probably be reaching out to you about that. We are going to try and have one less day on Mountain Avenue of closure than normal because of our changed hours of the festival. So hopefully that's good news. And the other big thing is that we will be streaming the majority of the event on the PEG channel, so Fort Collins channel, PSD channel. And so there is an opportunity for folks that are unable to gain access or are uncomfortable with large gatherings to be able to watch from their homes, or for businesses to be able to stream it from their businesses if someone's coming in to eat or drink at an establishment. We will also be working with KRFC again to do streaming of broadcasting of Mountain Avenue artists on their channel, and Linden will be broadcast on KCSU this year. The final thing, just regarding the artists, because of the reduced time, we normally have over 90. This year we will have 50 Colorado artists, but we will still have headliners, national headliners on Saturday and Sunday night. So in many ways, it's going to be similar and familiar, and then in other ways that's going to be completely different. But we're just really excited to be able to bring music to the streets of Fort Collins again in 2021 after taking last year off. So that's sort of the overview, but if anyone has any questions, I am more than happy to answer what I can at this point. And if not, again, we'll have more information as the event approaches.
I would like to ask one quick question. I'm Basha from Little Man Ice Cream in Old Town Churn. You mentioned that there isn't a kids stage, and I was wondering, does that give us an opportunity potentially to do some kind of a little kids thing, maybe in the exchange itself? Not necessarily connected to Bohemian, or maybe somehow it could be, I don't know, but just it would be, we have so many kids that hang out there in that plaza. So we could potentially do some kind of programming or event in the afternoon there.
I mean, from our perspective, that's certainly up to you guys. My son likes to hang out at the exchange, so I think that's fair enough. And what I can add to that is it is and will remain an all ages festival. So.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Well, then, again, feel free to reach out to us at Bohemian if there's something that affects your business. And we hope to see you guys in August.
Thank you, Laura. We appreciate you coming to this group. One thing that I wanted to ask real quick as well, when will this announcement really be made public? I know that the paper has, kind of picked up on it, but concrete information hasn't really been distributed.
Thank you, Vanessa. Actually, that's a wonderful thing to ask and a great reminder for me to say that all of this information is not yet public, and we, would ask your discretion in that sense. The festival information will be announced publicly on July 19th. So we're still about a month away from a big public announce. So thank you very much, Vanessa, for asking that question.
Yeah, of course. We appreciate you being here, letting this group be aware of all of the different happenings, since it does affect them as business owners. So we appreciate your time and being here. Great. Well, I will move on to our next agenda item. We've got Jackie O'Hara joining us from Jet Marketing. The DDA board approved an enhancement, so a actual TV commercial for this fall. And so we've chosen to work with Jet Marketing, and just wanted to introduce Jackie to the group and just kind of inform you guys on what that process will look like going forward. You're on mute, Jackie.
Yeah, there we go, huh? The worst thing you can do is not to unmute yourself. Good morning. Yeah, we're very excited. We've started planning for this, as Vanessa said, television commercial. The target markets will be those markets that are more than 4 to 6 hour range away from Fort Collins. So encouraging people to come to Fort Collins, but also to stay in Fort Collins. So we're putting together a television commercial, as Vanessa said, and the media plan right now includes television broadcasting through cable. Comcast has a division called Effect TV, and they've been able to package together for us some good airtime in Colorado Springs and Salt Lake, and then a lot of digital impressions, Wyoming, Nebraska, and South Dakota. And the whole campaign runs September and October, and we've got 1.8 total impressions, 1.8 million total impressions for that commercial. It will definitely be heavy downtown, but also showing some of those other things in the area that people might be attracted to. Targeted at that 50 plus empty nester, potentially people who have the time and the money to, make a weekend getaway. And also there will be a little bit of CSU in there for potential tours of CSU's campus, and certainly football will be alive and well, fingers crossed, in September and October. So that's also an attraction to make it a weekend in Fort Collins. Vanessa, do you want to go any deeper into details, or?
I think we can talk about, the theme that we've chosen, and then
Okay.
Just the film dates that we have. So just so that you're all aware, it's, definitely something that's in progress. It takes time. We need to do some filming, see what filming that already exists that we can use. And of course, really leaning on Jackie to help us with that. But I'll let you go over that, Jackie.
Yeah, it's always kind of tricky. It's sort of like the swimsuit models that have to be photographed in the middle of winter, and they try to look warm like it's summertime, right? So we want to make sure we set up the expectation about what's happening in Fort Collins during September and October into November. So we won't be filming festivals, for example, because we don't have those in the fall. So we're trying to either, as Vanessa said, find stock video that already exists, and then also shoot some original footage that is non-descriptive, but as non-descriptive seasonally as possible, if that makes any sense. So you'll be seeing us shooting July 5th, 6th, and 7th. And before then, Vanessa and I will be working on contacting potential locations, and we'll need a few models and that kind of thing to round this out. When we were working on themes, I've lived in Fort Collins since 1980, I think is when I moved from Denver. Big deal, huh? But I always thought our altitude was like 49 something. I think there's a sign on North College that says 4,900 and something feet. Anyways, I looked that up to see what our altitude actually is, and it's 5,003. And so that sparked the idea of there are at least 5,000 reasons to come to Fort Collins, but you only need one to come for the weekend. So that's the theme. And we've got some great graphics with that 5,000 on there, and the digital impressions will lead people to a landing page. And from the landing page, then we'll connect people to DDA and DBA and CSU and all of that, so that we can gather as many clicks as possible on that landing page and know what that looks like before we then send people to other resources for them to book their weekend. Visit Fort Collins, of course, will be on that landing page. So it will be a lot of quick, fast-paced montage of things to do in Fort Collins to reinforce that there's, not literally 5,000, but that feeling that there's many reasons to come here for the weekend. And then at the end, it's sort of that car key in the car, kind of shut the trunk, put your suitcase in there. You only need one reason to come. So I think it'll be really fun. And with 1.8 million impressions, we hope that we see some impact from that. So it's always an experiment in some ways, but we think we have the audience and the motivation matched really well, and we should have some success.
Thank you, Jackie. And this is a new space that we're entering into, the commercial space. And so, yes, until we really, try it and collect the data and see where that leads us, we won't know. So we're really excited to partner with Jet Marketing on this and Jackie, and just being, knowing all the history, behind certain things. And so, yeah, we're just excited to showcase downtown. As she mentioned, there's obviously a lot of other reasons outside of downtown, but downtown will definitely be the highlight and a big focus of the commercial. Any questions while we've got Jackie on here? Great. Well, we are so excited to move forward on this. So thank you for being here, Jackie.
Thank you.
Great. Well, we do have a couple other presenters on here that were not on the agenda. They are with the City of Fort Collins to give an update on the recycling update. I've got Molly and Carolyn. I do see Molly on here, so I will kick it over to you, Molly.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'll introduce myself a little bit. And I don't see Caroline on here. I know that she was, I think, planning to join, and she's also got kiddos at home. So I might have also misunderstood her schedule. So I'm really happy to be here. And yeah, just wanted to share a little bit of what's going on at the city with our waste effort. So I'm going to actually pull up just one slide, actually might sneak in two, to just share a little bit about what we are currently working on that impacts businesses in Fort Collins. I am having some tech problems today, so let me just, well, I don't want to eat up time unnecessarily as I try and find my slides in Zoom. So how about instead, I will just give you a really brief overview. We are rolling out the Community Recycling Ordinance. Community Recycling Ordinance was actually passed back in 2016 and was really developed in partnership with the community and haulers. And really that long rollout had been requested as part of that process. So if you're wondering why we passed something in 2016 that's just going into effect in 2021, that's why. So that ordinance is a recycling ordinance that extends recycling service out to all of our multifamily and commercial properties, and that'll be happening by the implementation date of June 30th. So we've been working to roll this out. Our haulers, all of our haulers have been sending letters, calling customers, signing them up for services. The really key thing to know is if you already have recycling service or you're just starting, the recycling service that you'll need to be targeting is 1/3 of your overall trash service. If you have a 6 cubic yard dumpster, you'll need to add 2, or if maybe you have a 6 cubic yard dumpster and you have just a small 97-gallon cart, you may need to increase that. We have some resources for you all on our website. I'll put that link in the chat so you can all take a look. And really, my goal today is just to answer any questions you all have, because we hope that you've already seen this through your hauler or some of our materials that we've been pushing out. We've been doing a lot of targeted work to try to get to businesses, but also having community-wide social media. And we've had a recent ad in like, I think we had it in some of our local magazines like NoCo Style and those kind of things. So we want to make sure the message is getting to you and just have an opportunity for you to ask any questions.
Thank you, Molly. I'll just open up the floor. Any questions for Molly?
Hi, sorry, it's kind of dark in here. I'm Revati from Old Firehouse Books, and I was just wondering, so we have like a shared recycling dumpster situation with a bunch of other businesses around us. Do we need to do anything individually, or how does that work? I think it sounds like we have enough recycling space, but I didn't know if we needed to ask our landlord about anything.
Yeah, I would suggest sort of that if you're interested in just checking to see if you already have enough, going to our website, and we have a service level calculator where you can plug it in and just double check. But otherwise, I would say for these, we have a lot of situations across town where there's a shared situation going on. And so in that case, if there's a clear owner of that, just making sure that that person, a clear manager, for example, if that person has been in contact with your hauler to set up service. We also know the haulers are reaching out to the different, where they have either a sort of responsible property owner or manager, or in some cases, even just individual folks letting them know, hey, you're part of a shared system. You're going to be seeing this increase in your service. So it kind of depends on the situation, but we've heard that our haulers are reaching out, and also it never hurts to just be proactive too. So that's why we've created that service level calculator, and I'll put the link to that in the chat.
Perfect. Thank you.
Anything else while we've got Molly on here? Well, thank you for being here, Molly. Just feel free to put any of that information in the chat. We'll also include those links and information in the recap that we send out with this recording and meeting notes.
Yes, I will populate the chat with a few of these key links and also put my email address in there, because we do recognize that folks have individual situations that you might not want to get into with all of your peers on the call here, but we absolutely will work with you one-on-one to figure out, to answer any questions. And we also have support for recycling assistance. So if you're like, what we have now isn't working super well, how are we going to add more? Or I don't know if this will really work for us. We have a lot of capacity to support you in troubleshooting and to make sure you're successful, your program can be as successful as possible. So yeah, we're really here to support everyone, and just feel free to reach out. And thanks so much for having us here today. And I'm sorry that my computer is not participating fully in Zoom today.
That's okay. That's one of the joys of Zooming. But yeah, definitely appreciate you being here, the information, and then of course your willingness to just be, a great contact for any other questions that come up. So I'm going to move on. We've got the next item on our agenda is just getting involved. We have brought this up to this group in hospitality, but wanted Hannah to just speak to, her role as the business support coordinator is business outreach, obviously keeping the pulse on what's happening with all of you that are on this call and hopefully, already involved, but really being able to reach businesses that aren't involved, because there are a lot. So we have crafted a one sheet that we'll be sending out after this meeting, but just wanted to give Hannah a few minutes.
Thanks, Vanessa. As mentioned, we have put the call to action of you guys, but not really equipped you with the tools to be able to go out and effectively do that. So I've been working closely with Jana to create a simple one sheet. Some of you may recall the recruitment process for the DBA. Their packet was 15 pages long. So we're cutting down all of the fluff and the excess and really getting down to the meat of what we can offer at a really high level. And of course, I'm happy to then step in and have conversations with folks, whether that's via phone, via Zoom, or in person, which is my personal preference. I really look forward to the opportunity to get back together with everyone in person. I really think it helps facilitate that connection. And that's really my role, is connecting with folks And of course, you know, welcoming those new businesses, but connecting with those that have been downtown for a long time and may have at one point connected with the DBA, or maybe not. And this would be a first introduction, but any help that you all can lend to, you know, help start some of those connections. I like a warm lead as opposed to a cold call. So this one sheet has my contact information included. So I would ask for your help if you have neighbors that you would like to welcome along in our opportunities. Again, what we offer is at no cost directly to you all, no membership fees. And so that in itself is pretty alluring. We're here to promote the district and to support you all. So, and the fact that it's free is just the cherry on top. As well as many of the opportunities that we offer throughout the year with collaborative marketing. Most of those are also at no cost. Again, we're really as a tool and a resource and a support to connect you all with the community and tell your story, what you have to offer. It's more than just the items on your shelves. It's about you as a business owner and what you do for our community. And we really want to invite others to be a part of that as well. So keep a lookout in our recap. We'll be sharing that one sheeter as a PDF. So simple and easy to share as an email, digital copy, or we'll be providing hard copies if you're interested. I would request that you drop a note in the chat for us today if you would like to have some of those on hand in printed form. Any questions? Thanks, Vanessa. I'll turn it back.
Yeah, and then one thing, as I'm hoping you're all aware, is the downtown gift card program. So our part of the DDA does support and manage the downtown gift card program. So that in of itself could be, you know, a great incentive for businesses that aren't participating currently to join, because, you know, we are selling quite a few gift cards. The city of Fort Collins brought back its wellness incentive program this year. So there are thousands of dollars out there just waiting to be redeemed in businesses that are participating, and all of those dollars are staying downtown in businesses within the district. So just another great incentive that is definitely part of the one sheet, but just a reminder, if you've had people inquire, I do get calls here that are just asking, how do I get on this? You know, so as long as they're within that defined boundary, they are eligible, and it, like Hannah said, is no cost. So a great benefit. But thank you, Hannah. I'm going to turn it over to Jana to highlight some of our upcoming promotions that we have going on. Pets of Downtown and summer sales. And then also just wanting to mention that we will be filming a new video for the website. So as things, you know, open up and change, we're changing that too. So, but Jana, I'll let you talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so Kat from Aspen Grove Marketing is on here today too. Kat and I have been popping around downtown, capturing photos of some of the pets that live in the businesses downtown, which has been super fun. We'll be highlighting that just on social starting next week, hopefully. And so that's been a fun one to generate. And we will also be adding a page on the website that lists pet-friendly businesses. So hopefully you all saw that form stack go out that Hannah sent out. And I would ask you, if you are a pet-friendly business and have not yet filled that out, I would appreciate that, because I want to put together the most comprehensive list that we can. So if someone wants to bring their dog with them downtown, they know where they can go and what the businesses expect of that if there are pets that are being brought in. So we won't be accepting any more people to take photos of their pets that live in the shop, because we're finishing those photos up today. But if you are a pet-friendly business, please do fill out that form and let us know. And then summer sales, we've got things rolling for that. Just a quick update on all of the marketing materials. We've got decals that we just picked up yesterday. So those will go out to all participating businesses. And that'll be the identifiable way for someone who's walking downtown to know that you are participating in summer sales. We also have pull banners, so those will be up in the square. And then our web page is up currently, and it just has some, it has the dates and just some really high level information, but we will have that all populated with your specials and an itinerary with the map of all of the businesses that are participating in summer sales, and that'll go live on Monday. So all that information will be out there. Additionally, those of you who are participating in the tote bag, we will have a separate page that will have all of that tote bag specific information and all of the businesses that are participating in that. And we'll have that all on one page so it doesn't get lost at the very bottom of summer sales. And it's all housed in one location. So that page will also be up on the website. It'll be separate, but it'll be linked to the summer sales page. We will also be working with Aspen Grove to be pushing out all of the summer sales information as well as the additional tote bag stuff. So yeah, pretty excited to get all of this stuff rolling. And then the last thing that Vanessa had mentioned, we are working with Black Sparrow Media. They partnered with us for the Great Plates video that we did. And so we're working with them again for this video. It's just going to be primarily used on our website, on the homepage. We want something that reflects the current status of our daily lives, which doesn't involve as many masks. So we will be out with them shooting some more video and trying to capture what summer feels like this year. So yeah, if you see Jamal Page and his crew from Black Sparrow Media out and about over these next couple of days, that's what they're doing. So I think that's about all I got for you guys.
Any questions about Pets of Downtown or summer sales? Pets of Downtown is really, sorry, I don't know if I missed it, but just a social media campaign that will be running in the background. So not, you know, not a promotion specifically, I guess is just what I wanted to clarify. But any questions about either of those or the video? Great. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, one thing I could maybe talk to you guys about afterwards. We're doing stuff now at the Exchange every single day of the week, so we went from like 0 to 2,000 overnight. So this conversation is like so fantastic, and then it's so overwhelming to me because I'm just trying to book over, 100 bands across all of our businesses. So it's like I just could get excited about every single thing you've talked about. But if you want the schedule of what we're doing, in case it helps at all for video content, like we've got something going on constantly. So there's probably a lot of good video opportunity. And also just in general with the commercial that you were talking about, we might have content that we've taken, video content during different seasons that potentially could be usable also when you're thinking about a montage. I don't know if the quality is high enough, but that's probably an offline conversation, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we could help collaborate on.
That's wonderful. I appreciate you offering that. And then I know you said this is a lot of information, so I hate to add one more thing, but our events calendar on downtownfortcollins.com, just a reminder that that's a great place to also post, different things that are happening since it's all centrally located on the website. So just encourage you to check that out and submit those events. And Janet is monitoring those and approving the ones that we can, as they roll in. But that's great to hear, and I appreciate that. And I copied your contact information from the chat, so I'll definitely reach out and we can talk offline.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And then one more promotion that I wanted to talk about, although, fall seems far away on these 100-degree days, is All for Fall. That is the Roundup campaign that we did last year, participating businesses. You could choose to participate in Roundup to benefit nonprofits chosen by the participating businesses in the downtown community. So we are bringing that back, just really putting that out there just so it's on your radar for October. But we will not have a meeting in July, but we'll be releasing that form right at the end of July. So definitely more discussion in our August meeting, but just wanting to kind of put that out there so that it's on your radar that we'll be bringing back that promotion. And then as a side note, Downtown Colorado Inc. Awarded the DDA with a partnership award for that promotion, just because, you know, obviously it was a great partnership, not only with downtown businesses, supported nonprofits. We did have a collaboration with CSU, but we were honored at their governor's award with that partnership award. So really excited to continue that promotion and, you know, see how it can evolve and benefit the community. So no other real updates from our team right now, as I just mentioned, and just wanted to say again, we will not have a meeting in July, but we will return in August, and we're excited, you know, with things changing, that we will return to in-person. Have secured Elevations Credit Union, so their brand new location on the corner of Mountain next to the parking garage. Hannah and I popped over there and got to meet some of their staff, see the room. It is really wonderful and beautiful, and their community space is available at no cost, which is also a great benefit to the community. So you're all aware it's there, but that's where we'll be hosting our meetings going forward. So obviously we'll send you, you know, more information. I hope you're all familiar with where that space is, but we're figuring out access to the space, and we'll let you all know well ahead of that next meeting time. But that next meeting date will be in August 19th, but we'll keep the same time. We are promising coffee. So I think that is enough motivation to come. And then of course, meet your neighbors, see them all in person. And some of you I haven't gotten to meet in person. So we're excited for our team to get to transition these to in-person meetings. But really just wanted to open it up for discussion. You know, for any other updates or questions you have for each other. I know we've got outreach on here. So any updates that you all have had, or if you're kind of new to these meetings or wanted to introduce yourself, I'll just kind of open it up for any further discussion.
Hi, Vanessa. This is Heather McDowell from City of Fort Collins. And maybe I'm further on the agenda. I wasn't sure. So maybe I'll take this opportunity to announce Street Stormwater Project, if this is the right time, or I can wait.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I don't actually have you as an item on our agenda, but yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Good morning, everyone. I have been working with Hannah a little bit on putting out an announcement to the members of the DDA. So we're working on a stormwater project, but part of that project is within the DDA boundary downtown. It's on Oak Street, and basically the stretch of the project goes from Mason and Oak all the way to the west towards City Park. So it's a pretty long project. But we are hosting a design workshop starting next week to talk about basically street enhancements, streetscape improvements. And we foresee that, you know, potentially a majority of those would happen in the downtown area, in the commercial and business district area. So I just wanted to extend an invitation. You may have all seen a postcard from me already in the mail. And I believe Hannah was going to kind of send a blast out through your regular email communication about that design workshop, but just wanted to come and make an announcement about that as well. Certainly business owners and residents in the downtown area are all invited to kind of watch how the design progresses and then provide input if you have comments and thoughts and concerns and all those things as we go through the workshop. So information on the workshop is included in that postcard that was sent out, but it starts next Tuesday. It's going to run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. During the day, there will also be evening time kind of presentations of the information that was gathered during the day. And then we will wrap it up the following Monday with kind of a final presentation of, you know, where we've landed with streetscape ideas and priorities. So just wanted to announce this and open it up to any questions if anyone has any thoughts or specific things they want to ask me. Thanks.
Thank you, Heather. And I apologize. We did include a link on the agenda to this project, and I just didn't realize that there would be any specific presentation. So I apologize that that was something that didn't quite occur to me. So yes, any questions for Heather?
And Vanessa and Hannah, I have this afternoon's meeting on my calendar as well. Do you want me to come and make the same announcement, or what's best?
Yeah, I think the more information that we can provide to any businesses that have time to be on the call, the better. Like I said, I didn't know that this was, you know, any kind of presentation or announcement. I thought it was more informational, just included on the agenda. So yes, would definitely appreciate you being at the hospitality meeting later. So thank you.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question about that? What is a hospitality meeting versus the one we're doing on this morning? This is just the merchants, retail merchants?
Yep, so this is specifically a retailers meeting, really, and then later at 3 o'clock, we host a hospitality meeting, so open to restaurants, you know, those in that sector, but really any of these meetings are open to all. We really encourage people to join, feel, you know, we're providing information that's relevant to the specific groups. And so if you're just curious what's going on with your retail neighbors or your restaurateurs, encourage you to join either of the meetings. It's not exclusive to, the items are definitely focused more towards those businesses, those different types of businesses, but really they're open for anybody to join.
Thank you. And Heather, so this plan for the city, is this a city funded initiative?
It is. It's a utility funded initiative. Yes, it's primarily a stormwater project, which means it's addressing life safety, flooding issues in the downtown area. But with these large projects like this, we have an opportunity to do something better with the street if we choose to do that as we put it back, because these projects are so, you know, they demolish kind of everything in the way. And when you put things back, you can put them back in a better and more thoughtful way if that's the right thing to do. So that's the opportunity here. And that's what we're just trying to advertise, that this is an opportunity for those that use the downtown area and care about it and walk through it every day. You know, there's going to be some changes on Oak Street coming up.
And what's the timeline for implementation of all of this?
Yeah, good question. We're in design mode right now, and we will be in design mode through the end of next year. So it's a long time frame. It's a big project. Yeah. And then construction is anticipated to start sometime in early 23. And it's a 2-year construction duration. So, you know, it'll start in the downtown area and work its way to the west. So all of those types of details will be kind of flushed out as we move forward, and I'll be communicating with the DDA on a regular basis to keep everybody informed, particularly when we get into starting construction, because I know the impacts can be significant.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Heather, this is definitely not the last time we'll be hearing from you. So thank you so much for taking the time this morning to join us and provide this update. Again, I would encourage you all to share this information with your neighbors. We do a recap of these meetings and include the Zoom, so it's easy enough to share along, but we really want the downtown community to feel informed and aware of what's going on, not that we're kind of responding on our heels. So again, thank you to Heather for being available to share that information with us and give us the opportunity to have a voice and
an impact on what that final project will look like.
Thanks, Hannah.
Hi, everybody. I was with a group of retailers last week, and we were sort of talking about how during COVID, so many of our customers got really used to shopping on Amazon and getting those boxes delivered, and you know, it worked better or not so well at different times. But we were just sort of thinking about the possibility of DDA, DBA, downtown, trying to come up with some sort of general, maybe ongoing for a bit, sort of message or theme about reminding people about shopping local again. I mean, we've been talking about that forever, but you know, we were just thinking that this might be a really important time, and business is definitely picking up for people, but I think there's still just that a lot of people got really used to buying online, and maybe they didn't that much before even. And so, you know, business out of the box, or, you know, we were just tossing around a lot of different things, but I just wanted to put it out there for the Brain Trust to think about a little bit. And I guess we won't have a July meeting, but maybe we can just be thinking about this and talking some more about it in the meantime.
Thank you, Becca. I definitely love that sentiment. I think it's something that's on our top of mind all the time, is shopping local. And, you know, we're all down here and shopping local, me almost every day. But I think that, you know, with summer sales coming up, that's going to be a big part of our messaging with summer sales, is keeping that local top of mind. Jana, I don't know if you wanted to talk a little bit more about that.
Well, one thing that we had been talking about starting back with Small Business Week was how to keep that same message going. And really, my thought process was around all of the things that I can do and purchase downtown. And it might just take a little shift, and oh, I don't need to go to Home Depot. I can run to Ace. I can do this. I'm not going to buy toys for a kiddo, you know, down at Target. I'm going to go to Clothes Pony. So thinking about how we can frame that there is so much that downtown has to offer as a whole, and that we can challenge ourselves to find the local offering of what we're looking for. So that is definitely something that we have been thinking about, and can start to kick off with summer sales.
Lisa, it looks like, I'm sorry, is it just me? I can't hear you. Understandable. Another one of the fun Zoom challenges with new computers and technology, as we were mentioning, that unfortunately cannot hear you, Lisa. Sorry. I'm sorry. You can pop down the hallway and join me on my screen. But thank you for providing your contact information. We know you guys are out here, seeing you more out and about on these really warm days. So just outreach, just thank you again for being a resource. But any questions for Lisa or outreach, feel free to tap into the info at, or they are housed right here at 19 Old Town Square 2 is where their offices are, if you have questions and want to touch base with their staff in person. Anything else for the group while we're all on here? And we will have outreaches team, Andy, I believe, on the hospitality meeting later. So if you're able to pop on or listen in at 3 o'clock, Hannah, I don't know if you can quickly put that Zoom link in the chat, but we've sent out reminders with that information in there, but that meeting will still be held at 3 o'clock via Zoom today. And then we will be also transitioning those hospitality meetings to in-person as well. So more information to give you guys, but yeah, look forward to connecting in person. But one last chance for anyone, any other things? Hey, Susan. Did you have something for the group? Oh, you just wanted to say hi. Okay, great. That's good to see you. All right, well, with that, I'm gonna end the meeting. Definitely keep a check on your emails for updates with our newsletters. And as always, our team is here. We're here in the office. You can feel free to pop by or reach any of us via email or phone. So again, thank you all for your time this morning, and we will see you soon.